It's hard for a young person to admit that he or she has been touched in a bad way.
If you've been touched that way, don't be ashamed.
What?
What is up, gangsters? My name is Beansy, and today we are trying KD and Kraft mac and cheese. That's right, we're gonna try
To add a gay note to our tempting cheese nibblers.
the Canadian version versus the American version and see if there's a big difference. From what I've heard, there is. And also from what I've heard, it's whatever you grew up with. I'm going to tell you exactly what I think. I don't think I'm going to be biased, but we'll see. If the American one's better, I'll say it. And if it's not as good as the Canadian one, you'll hear about it. Right away, the biggest difference is the boxes.
Know what they say, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush.
Nutritional information, they jam on the side there really, really small. And they put the Canadian one on the back because you have to have French in Canada. And there's the cooking instructions. Oh, they don't even tell you how much water. I am reading in French. Oh, there it is. 4 tablespoons. That's 4 times the amount, and a 1/4 cup of milk. Wow, that's a lot of butter.
Butter!
Wow. Yeah, I think the American one's gonna be better. We'll see. All right, I'll be back in a few minutes.
When I said I admired you, I meant what I said.
I got this box here, the American box, from Chris over at Is It Any Good? And I will link to that at the end of this video. I also sent him a Canadian box of Canadian box
I wish I could have lived like you did.
Shut up.
of KD so he could do this exact same video. And you can go and see exactly what he thought of Canadian KD.
What? You gonna cry now?
All right,
Cry
okay,
like
stop
a
it.
big
You know what's
baby?
okay? I don't even have tear ducts, you jerk.
I decided that I would use the same amount of butter because that's just too big of a difference.
Sometimes things that look or smell good can make you very sick. Remember, never taste or eat anything if you're not sure what it is.
It was just too big of a difference. This one is the American one and it's looking a lot more pale. This is the Canadian one and it's looking electrically orange. Another big difference was how they bring their packaging. Just a plain packaging here for the American one, and then we get like this blinged out KD packaging for the Canadian one. I'm gonna try the American one first. See what's going on over here. Doesn't really taste like much. Yeah, there's not a whole lot going on.
What?
I will say, anytime there's KD cooking, it reminds me of He-Man.
It reminds me of He-Man. It reminds me of He-Man.
For some reason, like the He-Man figurines to me smell like KD cooking.
She's fated.
Just like a woman.
I don't know why. Maybe it's just a part of my childhood that ingrained in my brain in some weird way. Oh boy. This one's a lot more creamy. Lots more flavor. Oh yeah. That's what everybody tunes in for. Beard full of mac and cheese.
What?
The Canadian one has a lot more flavor. It tastes more cheesy, it's more creamy. Even if I mix this up. Like, I tried to get as much sauce in here as possible. And there is some sauce on the bottom. But it just doesn't translate the same. Yeah, it almost tasted nothing after coming back from our electric orange mess over here. Ours clearly has a lot more flavor. Okay, so figuring out the salt value. The sodium is a little more than 30% more in the Canadian one. Oh, way more sugar. Here's the reason why. There's about 30% more sugar and salt in the Canadian one.
That's the saltiest thing I've ever tasted.
That's why this kind of tastes like nothing. I guess you're supposed to add your own salt to that to make it better. If you enjoyed watching me try these American flavors side by side, I actually got this box from Chris over at Is It Any Good? And his video of this exact same thing will be over here.
What's in the box?
If the KFC KD is out, it should be because I'm working on it right now. It'll be over here. Check that out. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.
Tell someone you trust, like your parents, your doctor, your teacher, or counselor, or your minister or rabbi.
What?